the great Brexit betrayal. This was the man who basically quadrupled immigration, 4 times higher than Tony Blair.
Just as energy prices are going up here in the UK. So it's a disastrous start for his government.
For years, Keir Starmer has challenged others on their integrity. He's positioned himself as the moral compass of British politics. But now, it's time to turn the tables. Can you spot the contradictions between Starmer's public statements and his alleged private actions? As we break down Liz Truss's explosive claims, see if you can piece together the truth behind the Labour leader's carefully constructed facade. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great. Thank you so much. Now back to the video. The unexpected rise to prominence of Liz Truss in Westminster's political life has left the city in disarray. An interview that started off harmlessly on Sky News has now turned into a political maelstrom that could change British politics as we know it. As Truss settled into her chair, she unleashed a bombshell that went unnoticed. Following a brief and eventful tenure as Prime Minister, the individual mostly disappeared from public consciousness. But she found herself in the middle of a crisis again, this time as the one who delivered the damning charges against Labour leader Keir Starmer.
There's more bad news for UK Prime Minister Sir Keir Starmer. In the same week, an Ipsos poll found more than 50% of people feel disappointed.
Ordinary people across Britain see how bad things are. They can see that we don't have control of the boats. They can see.
The moment Truss levelled his charges, a tremor shook the political realm. Those in the know claim that Starmer is facing serious ethical transgressions that could lead to the end of his political career, albeit the details are yet unclear. In a matter of minutes, rumours were circulating freely on social media, and the hashtag #Truss allegations began trending nationwide. Political scientists did not dally before offering their opinions. Many wondered if Truss was attempting to mend her reputation by drawing attention to those who had criticised her. Some saw it as a ploy to confuse the Labour Party in the run-up to the election. Whether Truss intended it or not, his strategy has thrown the political establishment into complete disarray. According to reports, Labour Party members are scrambling to find a way to protect Starmer's leadership and reputation from the potential consequences. The impact on Starmer's career path is enormous. His disapproval ratings are low to begin with, and accusations like this can make them even lower. The following few days will be crucial as the Labour leader determines how to react and additional information becomes public.
Have had enough of a police state after 2 million people signed a petition calling for another general election.
How about this for a number? Just 17% of the public think that this Labour government are doing a good job.
To adjust our policies. I am somebody who's prepared to front up. I'm prepared to take the tough decisions.
Since Truss's interview, the public discourse has shifted in every direction. The media, which were previously engrossed in reporting on economic policies and the fallout from Brexit, are now reporting relentlessly on this new topic. Political talk shows are rushing to rearrange their guests in anticipation of the potential ramifications. After the initial shock has worn off, attention is turning to Starmer's reputation and past work. How will these accusations influence his reputation, considering how hard he works to present an image of transparency and candor? To understand Truss's claims to their fullest, one must look at Starmer's decline from being the Labour Party's best hope to a leader under pressure. Remember when Keir Starmer was heralded as the Labour Party's rescuer. The time has come, and that armour is showing its age. The story of Starmer's demise is filled with extravagant eyewear and corporate gifts, serving as a warning against wrong politics. What gave way for such a precipitous collapse, though? After years of the Tory government's anarchy, Starmer was elected Labour leader on the promise of stability and honesty. He presented himself as the solution to political unrest, a principled leader who could restore faith in the system. He had strong political convictions that many people could relate to, such as the need for a new beginning inside the Labour Party, the value of transparent leadership, and the need of ethical leadership.
In terms of how they've handled the last 100 days, could do better. I mean, they won an impressive outcome in terms of the general election.
No, and he got in with a very low proportion of the vote. He got in by default because people were unhappy with the Conservatives.
As the old saying goes, though, actions speak louder than words. Furthermore, Starmer's actions have proven increasingly contradictory to his carefully crafted persona. Take, for instance, the controversy that's surrounding his receipt of lavish gifts. The fact that Starmer was spotted with trendy eyeglasses worth about $2,500 made many look askance. Reports surfaced shortly after that alleging that corporate sponsors had provided the Labour leader with lavish hospitality and tickets to high-profile events. The general public views Starmer as emotionally distant from the typical voter because of these events, which may not seem important when considered separately. The disciplined leadership style that he was once praised for is now seen as overly weak and fragmented. Even while he once promised to bring the people closer to their representatives in government, he is now actively involved with the same powerful political elite he once condemned. Trust in Starmer is rapidly declining, according to his approval ratings. Recent surveys show that an overwhelming 61% of people are dissatisfied with his leadership. This dramatic decline casts severe doubt on his ability to lead Labour into the next general election. Within the party, rumours of a potential leadership crisis are circulating like wildfire, as members purportedly get more and more anxious. Liz Truss's shocking disclosure may spell the end for Starmer's political career.
Just as energy prices are going up here in the UK. So it's a disastrous start for his government.
I think they just hadn't really thought through. I think they're prepared for government. I think they've got lots of policies and good ideas, some of it to do with employment rights that you've...
As part of her dramatic live TV appearance, Truss accused Starmer of having an adulterous affair with a senior member of his staff. All of Starmer's hard work building a reputation for integrity and family values would be for nothing if this charge is proven to be accurate. Westminster is reeling from the newest scandal, which has far-reaching consequences for British politics. Questions about the nature of the party's leadership and its future prospects are prompted by the potential downfall of Starmer in this era of unparalleled public scrutiny. Can any politician actually deliver on the lofty promises they make, or are we destined for an endless loop of disappointment? What will the aftermath of the most recent political earthquake look like for British politics? Significant shortcomings in our democratic system have been exposed by the Truss-Starmer incident, which has raised questions about honesty and responsibility at the highest levels. Can the masses ever trust their leaders again? However, can we count on scandal and disappointment forever? After witnessing the same old scenario play out time and time again, people's patience is wearing thin. Perhaps we should reconsider how we choose and assess political leaders. Using spin and damage control, the old standby clearly isn't cutting it anymore. One thing stands out when considering the future. The British people desire tangible change, not just empty slogans and manufactured identities. This latest controversy will continue to impact society long after it stops garnering headlines. The truth may catch up with you in politics, and it often does so when you least expect it. This is just another sobering reminder of that.